So long story short, went with a completely different tuner and it was even worse. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're gonna get this thing going, do some leak tests and some other things like that. We did a startup on the Evo, so it runs now. I'll show that startup right now. It fired up, great. That's what we wanted to see, but it started leaking a little bit. I obviously didn't tighten some things down. We're gonna start the car again with a new map updated from the tuner. We are then going to check for oil leaks, make sure that everything's, leak free. Fuel pressure seems to be just fine. Do a exhaust leak test and then a boost leak test. And hopefully we'll, get this car ready for some tuning fun. A little bit of rain. Fix the feed leak. I'm pretty sure I did. I'll come back to it if I have to, but for now I think I got it. Now we're gonna try the boost leak. Everything's still pretty hot, so I'm not really holding my breath. Hopefully it won't evaporate super fast when I spray everything. We shall see. Well, my hose and my attachments don't work anymore, so boost leak test is gonna have to wait. So that's cool. Let's go see how hot this exhaust is. It's actually pretty cold. Might be able to get away with taping the vacuum onto the exhaust and spraying some stuff down. Let's try that now. Soapy water. Now with the vacuum, I tape it up. I give it a little breather hole right here so it can relieve some pressure, just not all of it. And then I turn this on and I start spraying. Yep, so that's a leak right there from the V-band. That is getting up there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I don't see anything there. I just see it at the V-band right there. I'm gonna hit it real quick with that on. And hopefully, I say this, hopefully, it'll stop bubbling. Bummer, man. I was really hoping that this V-band was going to work from Vibrant, but does not want to work. Yeah, this thing does not want to work. See how it's not bubbling anymore? It's good. See if I can do these other guys real quick just to maybe see. Yeah, I don't see any. I'll call it successful. I'll do it again when it's not hot. I should have done this one first. I just really wanted to find that oil leak as soon as possible in case it was something major. I don't think it turned out to be something major. I think I just didn't tighten down the feed line enough over here, the banjo bolt and the actual fitting. I'll keep that the way it is right now. I can just come back tomorrow and redo the test. It's getting to be pretty nice outside. My garage is kind of a mess right now, and I say kind of lightly. So I've noticed the startup was going to 2K, so I shouldn't even really be doing any logs or anything else like that until I get everything leak free and send it to the tuner. I can't do the boost leak test, and I can't do any more of the exhaust leak right now. I'll come back in a couple hours and it should cool down by then. I'll do another test. I'll see if I have the same results. All right, manifold's cooled down a little bit. It's been a little over an hour. I'm not seeing anything. I think we're good. Everything else is on really tight. I don't have fuel leaks, so that's nice. I hate the look of rust on these manifolds. It's my one major complaint. about these manifolds. They're amazing and they're great at what they do. It's gonna be a rusty boy, I'm sure. Nothing's terribly leaking. My only complaint that I have is that I gotta wait. I gotta wait till I get the line and everything else, the hose and all that other stuff. So that's just the only real big bummer. And once I'm done with all that stuff, I can put the shield on and everything else. I've forgotten what a short runner manifold does, what its pros and cons are. Pros of a tubular manifold, you know, you sacrifice spool, but you get power, and I feel like there's a little more room in the engine bay, whereas with a cast manifold like this, I feel like there's not really a whole lot of room to play with things, such as like an oil feed line or coolant lines. The O2 manifold from Artec is wonderful. When I get my hoses back and everything in, I'll come back. Till then though, new hose, new things, maybe? Okay, let's see if that one works now. So this guy's leaking right there. So I'm gonna throw this guy back on, see if I can reposition it into a better, well, I guess position, or make the clamp a little bit cleaner. Yep, same thing. Jesus, man, really? Well, this sucks. I think I'm gonna have to do some hairspray on that thing, man. Damn it. Okay, usually you can just start doing boost leak stuff until you start hearing something. In this case, you can see, hey, and then when I start adding air to it, bubbles. Most of the time you'll be able to hear it too. It's like a little hiss. So I'm going to give her a few more cranks and see if that'll rid myself of the issue. But if this one starts leaking, I'm just going to pull it out and re-hairspray it and try to set it properly. Ah. Just got done taking all of that upper intercooler piping off. Found out that this wasn't even on, it was just hand tight. So I tightened that down a little bit, resprayed throttle body, top of the upper, middle of the upper, and then lower upper and the intercooler side with hairspray, which if you guys don't have this stuff, you know, you should probably go for number 5. I just have number 4 because it's what was on the counter or at the shelves over at you know, the store. But I've had this can for like 2-3 years now. Still got quite a bit left, so I'm impressed with it. I'm gonna let that stuff dry real quick and then go over the car again one last time and see if I'm forgetting anything. No leaks. I did have one over there in the lower intercooler piping to intercooler. I'm now just ridding all the air out of here. Down the road I'll continue to boost leak check and everything else, but from my experience I don't think anything else is leaking. Every single connection I could do, I did. That includes the FPR line. I didn't see anything there. I think we're good. So we did a boost leak check, we did the exhaust leak. Now it's just time to drive her and go for some logs. But first, I do want to start her. I want to take a good startup log for the tuner, kind of see what it does on idle, see if anything's different and changed. Should be different because of the map sensor. Let's do some logs. I'm really happy this isn't my daily. Otherwise, you know, it'd be a different tone and be up till like 1, 2 in the morning trying to do stuff with it. Ooh, baby. Let's see if we can work out some magic today. Been a while since I've done one of these videos. Man, I didn't even think my precision did that. Burning the coating off, so it does smell like crap. This thing just sings. I'm barely even on the throttle as I rev match, but even barely on it. Just, geez, man, this thing just wants to go. Man, it's been like, I'm gonna say 3 weeks, something like that, 3-4 weeks. My computer decided to completely just shut down on me. I've tried doing a hard reset and a whole bunch of other things, and it went from me not being able to start the computer, having to get a drive to be able to put everything onto that, to now the Wi-Fi driver not working on it, so I can't even I can't send or I can't download, you know, AM apps. So finally got a computer, and we are gonna go do a quick little logging session. And yeah, tornado just happened to touch down, and it just happens to be Father's Day weekend. I am taking this time quite seriously to get some tuning in while I can. I want to take you guys with me, but I need to get this done before the weather comes back, because it's been raining for at least like a week straight, and I have not charged the GoPro. So go me. He's a good shiny little turd. Now I'm forgetting to hit play apparently, or I hit it and it doesn't work. Pulls are feeling great. Right now we're doing 2,000, 2,500 to about 7,000 right now. Figuring out some stuff. Figuring out numbers and AFRs, and we'll probably be taking this turbo to, if not 8,000, a little over 8,000. The 6466, of course, was we had that set to 8,500 because it just kept going. I think 82 or 81, 8,000 should be plenty for the FP Red. We'll really just see how you know, the tuning as time goes on, what it'll do. Here's to another storm. I think I got it working. I'm still having some issues with my CAE shifter right now, but I think for the most part it's gonna be okay. My other issue is that it's raining. So I'm just gonna do a quick pull and come back home. So I usually show the work that we're doing and we're getting into, but because of time constraints, I'm not really going to show a whole lot. We're going back to a stock intake manifold, going back to a stock style throttle body, or stock throttle body, and I never thought I was going to be able to get to this, so I'm super happy that we're able to. But the first thing we're going to do is get this ACD reservoir up next to this positive terminal and run some hoses. Get the ACD reservoir away from behind the headlight to be able to fully use this thing.
I'm gonna clean up the edge so there's not a sharp edge.
Yeah. So I got this car back a while ago. I've been waiting on parts, I've been boost leak testing, and I've been making sure that everything is the way that it's supposed to be. We did have to wait on a couple of things to swap them out. Some things were not really all that great. So now we are back on a stock intake manifold, stock throttle body. That is what the new tuner wants. Therefore, it's up to me to make it to where, you know, he has an amazing car to work with what he wants and what he suggests. The Skunk 2 and the S90 wasn't really cutting it. We also went back to a 2.5 inch upper intercooler piping. And what else? Did some modification to the intercooler, so this guy is able to go around the ACD pump, and the ACD reservoir has been successfully relocated. The electronic boost controller has been wired in. I had to get a new one because it was actually leaking out of the wires, which I found pretty funny. I need to get some heat resistant tape around this guy because it's really close to the exhaust, and I'll probably do that side as well. So I've still got a few other things to do, but unfortunately I thought the leak was gone, but the throttle body shaft seal is still leaking, so I have to take care of that. And in the meantime, there's a few other things that I'll be taking care of, and we should be ready to go. Compression was 160 to 170. I believe tonight is gonna be the night, and we're gonna do some remote tuning. It's at night, we're gonna see how it goes. Hopefully everything that I've done has, or will pay off. Back to a stock intake manifold. I don't see a reason why it can't go down. Let's see what happens. January 3rd. I just got this starter delivered. It's an OEM remand one. I gotta bend the tab, but other than that, pretty happy. I'm about to install it. It's been months. It's been months, man, and it's been nothing but an uphill battle as far as getting this car where I want it to be with this turbo. I'm pretty just over it. This thing's been on jack stands for a while now. Rad. This thing's been on jack stands for a while. Little oil leak because it's an Evo. It's a 4G63. It's gonna leak. I just want to drive it, man. That's all I want to do. I just want to drive it. Let's install a starter. I was super excited, but I literally can't make this shit up. Stuck my head down and was smelling exhaust fumes and was wondering where it could be coming from. I did an exhaust leak check before I put the turbo back on, made sure everything was good, and all it did was just idle. I can't make that, I can't make it up, man. I'm pretty sure the gasket is toast, but I'm gonna tighten it down. See if it still seals. Literally can't make it up, man. I've never had that happen to me from an FP manifold with the short amount of time that I've put on it. So solid. We're back. Tonight's the night. Hopefully tonight. Hopefully my internet works for the remote tune. We can time the motor, make sure that the ECU is right. Go out and go tune and have some fun. See you guys soon. Due to mobile data issues on my end, we're not going tonight. I'm really upset, pretty angry, and yeah, dude, feel awesome right now. 1 minute my phone has like a really high download speed, the next it's down to like 1.2 megabytes a second. It's awesome. One more time. Starting. Well, I was gonna do some footage of me using the laptop and tuning a little bit. Here we are at the end of the video. So long story short, I went and got tuned. The tune that I had on the car, it wasn't something that I liked. The boost came in a little late. That was my main gripe with it. I switched to the stock intake manifold, went back to a stock throttle body, smaller intercooler piping, and went with a completely different tuner, and it was even worse. Drivability really wasn't all that great, and I just kept getting told that it was faulty parts, but when I would switch maps, those parts worked. So I decided to start tuning. I decided to start taking classes, asking around, and basically looking for what I want out of the car. Unfortunately, I've hit another bump in the road. I feel like this video has been something in the making of a year, but let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's see if I can. So there is fuel coming out the top of this connector, and it's just dripping everywhere. It's dripping all over this guy right here. It's just everywhere, man. You can kind of see the wet spot on the top of that connector right there. This is where we are. Daniel over at Evo Spec was cool enough just to say, hey, I can fix it. It's really cool of him standing behind his products. So hopefully the next video that I make, we're gonna have more seat time in the car. It's been awesome to drive around, and I've really missed driving this thing. It's just one thing after the other. I appreciate you guys staying this far into the video. Dream or do, it's up to you. Until next time.